In the world of cooking, there are small recipes, there are family meals, and then there are feasts of legendary proportions. Today we're exploring one of the most ambitious dishes ever attempted, the roasting of a whole cow. It's more than just food, it's history, culture, fire, and patience all wrapped into one enormous challenge. So grab your fork, though honestly, you'll need an army of friends for this one, because this is the story of how humans roast a whole cow. 1. Why roast a whole cow? Roasting an entire cow isn't about feeding a single family, it's about feeding a community. In Argentina and Uruguay, it's called Asado con cuero, a cow cooked in its hide over an open fire, feeding hundreds. In Europe, medieval feasts celebrated kings and nobles with massive roasts. And in Polynesian traditions, pit cooking entire animals is a way to bring everyone together for a sacred meal. Roasting a cow is about more than meat, it's a cultural statement. A celebration of abundance, unity, and tradition. 2. The preparation. Step 1. You don't just grab a cow and toss it on the fire. The process starts with butchery and cleaning. The animal is prepared so it can cook evenly, sometimes butterflied, sometimes quartered, depending on the method. Then comes the seasoning. Unlike fancy restaurant meals, a whole cow is often seasoned simply. Salt, garlic, herbs, maybe a vinegar or citrus rub. Why? Because the slow fire does most of the magic. Finally, equipment is prepared. A metal cross, a giant spit, or even a massive underground pit. This isn't backyard grilling, this is engineering. 3. Methods of roasting. Asado el estaca, Argentina/Uruguay. The cow is spread open, strapped onto it, and leaned beside an open fire. Not directly in the flames, but beside it, so the heat cooks slowly for 12 to 24 hours. The result? Crispy skin, tender meat, and smoky flavor that defines South American barbecue culture. B. Pit roast, Polynesia/Middle East. In other parts of the world, people dig deep pits, line them with stones, and fill them with firewood. Once the rocks are glowing, the cow is wrapped sometimes in leaves, sometimes cloth, and lowered in. Covered with earth, it cooks underground for an entire day. When uncovered, the aroma fills the air like a sacred offering. See, spit roast, Europe/festivals. And then the classic spit roast. Imagine a giant steel rod holding the entire cow, slowly turning over a roaring fire. Teams of cooks baste it with oil, wine, or herbs for hours. It's labor-intensive, but the sight of an entire cow spinning over flames? Unforgettable. 4. The challenge. Roasting a cow isn't easy. You're dealing with hundreds of kilos of meat, dozens of cuts cooking at different speeds. The outside can char while the inside is still raw. That's why the process takes 18 to 24 hours, low heat, constant attention, and basting to keep the meat juicy. It's a test of patience, teamwork, and fire control. A mistake can mean wasting an entire animal, so only experienced pitmasters attempt it. So how do you roast a whole cow? With planning, patience, and a lot of hungry friends. It's one of humanity's most ambitious cooking traditions, blending fire and food to create a meal that feeds not just bodies, but communities. If you enjoyed this journey into epic cooking, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more food stories from around the world. And let me know in the comments, if you had the chance, would you try roasting a whole cow or just stick to a nice steak? Thanks for watching, and remember, behind every great meal there's a great story.